All right, first off, I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, and Kakadash. I also want to give a double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this word, and the brothers who teach down with sincerity. And also want to give a salutations to the elect scattered across the four corners of the earth. And this was, I'm going to watch a video, just bring out a few precepts. This got rioting going on in Mexico because of the small hat president that they got, which is a woman, all right, and they're trying to get to her. So let's check this out.
Police officers were injured in these violent clashes outside of the National Palace. The unrest follows the assassination of a mayor who had criticized Sheinbaum's approach to fighting drug cartels. Demonstrators, many of them Gen Z, accused the president of ignoring cartel violence and rejecting U.S. help to combat it. Leonardo Falcon and Ignacio Gonzalez are here. They have a podcast called the Leo and Nacho podcast in Mexico, and we've had them on many times on Fox Noticias. I'll start with you, Leo. Why don't you just explain to the American people what is happening at this moment, because Mexico is in full revolt right now.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, good morning to the United States and good morning to you, Rachel. And what Mexico is currently facing is a national awakening. What we're looking at, what you're probably looking at,
is a protest of the Gen Z movement in Mexico, where there are no parties that they are leading this. It's the youth, it's the Mexican people. It's not about the left, it's not about the right, it's about the Mexican people wanting the best for the country. And we're all together in this protest, we're all together for a better country, and we see it. It's beautiful, it's beautiful. We saw over more than 100,000 people during the streets of Mexico, and it was pretty impressive from our part to see it for the first time, and we were actually there. So we're very happy of the people that showed up in the country and that they are pushing for a change.
Nacho, why are the Mexican people so angry at Claudia Sheinbaum, your president?
Well, in a country which you have 60 murders and 40 missing people a day, every single day, of course they are shocked. Of course they are shocked.
Yeah.
We, the youth, are really desperate because we don't see the light. The generations see the teenagers after this horrific situation. We decide to protest.
Yeah.
Not with a flag of any political party, no, because they are killing us.
Yeah.
That's the
Look, I getting a news. I just want to see the fight, right? Let's get right here, because they were wilding.
I'm honestly so glad I got this. It's this little fireplace aroma diffuser. The flame looks super real, and the
Shalakia, hold up. Hold on, that Bible don't work. Second Edges 9 and 3. Just go to the second Edges 9 and 3. This is the uproar of the people. And this is the tribe of Issachar, so-called Mexicans. Just think when it happens here in America and it's Judah. All right, because Judah wild. All right. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which is we see that happening on a mass scale right now, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spoke of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Because all the prophets, the Most High speaks through the prophet's mouth, and all the prophets been speaking of the time we living in now, which is the end times. For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So right now we're living at the end of Esau's rulership. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginning and wonders and powerful works and ending in effect and signs. And these are the signs, the uproars of the people, earthquakes in diverse places. You got a hurricane. Earthquake stands for hurricanes, storms and stuff in diverse places. All right, so you got a hurricane that just happened in Jamaica that was unseen before. So this is an uproar of the people. Even so the times also of the high have, all right, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith hereby ye have believed. And he said, be saved by your works. And Christians don't have no work. You're sitting in church for 20 years. Only go to church on Sunday. Where's your videos? Where are your camp lessons? All right. Where's your work at? You have no work. All right. And only those who are going to be saved out of these things is people who put in work. And that's the prophets, the real prophets, not the false prophets. Shall be preserved from the said perilous, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. All right, let's get back to this video. Let's see if I can find another one.
Here's a game changer on how to make money on your own time. I recently just started driving with Uber, and these are 3 things that surprised me. First,
tonight, there are growing questions into a surge of youth-led protests taking place across major cities in Mexico. The demonstrations reaching a fever pitch over the weekend as some hooded protesters tore down fences around the National Palace under President Claudia Sheinbaum. Images from the clashes show riot police using tear gas and smoke bombs. Trying to calm the crowds, seen here kicking the fence and throwing rocks at officers. Mexico City's public safety secretary saying the protests left at least 120 injured, 100 of them officers, some who were taken to the hospital.
I'm thinking of a precept. I'm wording it wrong, but it says they should not, I'm going to just say they should not listen to their kings. Second Edges 1564, there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's what you see going on in Mexico. It's not invasion of one and all that yet. It hasn't gotten to that, but this is like a beginning stage. This is when Jacob trouble is in full effect. All right. But yeah, they're not listening to their kings. Nobody is listening to Trump. People are burning their mega hats and all that stuff. This is the beginning. beginning of sorrows, all right? Because then eventually the government's going to come down with great wrath among the people and have a great excuse to pull that insurrection act. But this is, I'm talking about in America, this is Mexico, so.
The rallies organized by Generation Z Mexico, referring to the demographic group of people born between 1997 and 2012. This 16-year-old injured during the protest telling Telemundo, the people are dying, the people are disappearing. For it to get to the point where minors are here protesting, it's because the country is horrible. Protesters using a popular symbol, the pirate flag from the anime One Piece, seen in Gen Z protests around the globe, including ones in Nepal and Madagascar, which ended in the ousting of heads of state. This protester saying the Gen Z groups organized themselves on Discord. While President Sheinbaum saying this week the protests didn't arise organically with the youth, but were part of a $90 million campaign by her opponents. But back on the streets, this young man saying the movement isn't affiliated with any party, just an ideology for a better Mexico. The unrest fueled by recent violence, including the death of Carlos Manzo, a mayor who was assassinated in public during a Day of the Dead celebration earlier this month, known for declaring war on the cartels and his criticism of the federal government for lack of action. Protesters wearing cowboy hats in his honor. This protester saying she is seeking justice for his death and all those who have lost their lives and their property at the hands of criminals.
And with that, George Solis joins Top Story tonight. So, George, the president has been in power, I think, for a little more than a year. Political violence has been a problem. It almost always has been in Mexico. Has this hurt her approval ratings?
Well, Tom, her popularity has shifted, but it could be negligible. I mean, let's talk about what makes her popular, right? Her stance on things like high-impact crime, her stance on corruption, particularly fuel theft. But under her administration, you have seen several leaders across different spectrums of leadership being targeted. Still, her approval rating among the highest in Latin America, hovering somewhere around 70%, Tom.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay